yo, Ran, turn that up.
Better learn how to bleed the blood of your whole body. Stay in the spirit. Cause Satan could use you if you let him. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Them scripts in my head, they hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Them scripts in my head, they hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. He been on my line since a younger was a child. Had me shooting guns, popping pills, smoking loud. I'm the main event, but I was following the crowd. Wish I would've known what I know right now. Mama ain't raised like this, had her yelling in the house like where in the hell we go wrong. Mama and them curses couldn't leave us alone. We made an oath to the one on the throne. Them angels was with us, was never alone. Mercy and grace coming straight from the throne. When this was missing, I made it back home. Mama never had to give me a loan. He had to open my eyes, I had to put down my pride. Boy, I'm so lit, I'm alive. We gon' follow the Messiah. We gon' follow the Messiah. A shot, I'm a lick. A bond, a shot, Messiah. A shot, I'm a lick. Yahweh by Simba Messiah. Ooh. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Them scripts in my head, they hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Them scripts in my head, they hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me.
Hallelujah. Blessed and highly favored. I love myself as well as my neighbor. Enjoy peace and love, yet I'm nothing to play with. Y'all running with the latest, what I believe is sacred. Our Father in heaven gave us eyes to see, to make distinctions between the psyops and the prophecies. I'm from a place where they downplay your atrocities, give you milk and cheese and never pay the proper fees. My brother's trying to calm the beast by copping pleas, but the only place the beast want the sheep is in his teeth. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do, but don't mistake, that's for the sheep who fell away, that's not for you. A wolf knows he ain't in the dark about his plans. He coming for the flock, he want that blood on his hands, wants your throat not to breathe. In the lake of fire, he wants you to go beneath, praying on you until your flesh, he wants you to sow a seed. Deferred hope maketh the heart sick, yeah, Satan love it when you deceive. Disparaging remarks about our heritage and false narrative that said there's no merit to what we read, man. That gaslight like a flashlight. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Y'all need to get that bag right. Wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. One hell of a ticket, pun intended, don't you say I cuss. We've been through enough, 400 plus. Our time is up, take off these cuffs. I've been in repentance for this lust, not with the porn, but I can swipe up an image and feel disgust. What? They think I'm tripping cause I want more for myself, so that even in my thoughts I'm not whoring myself, yeah. Luring myself away from righteousness with my desire. My right hand mislead me, cut it off like Michael Myers. Life is easy, it's just complicated by these liars. Truth is confiscated, to get it you need the God of Zion. They confuse the sheep with disbelief and self-reliance. Took the Father's name off creation and blamed the science. Hebrews never boarded but still became compliant. Mission aborted, some of us refuse to slay this giant. That talking head should be severed off and dead. Bring us Pentecost instead, let's start speaking with tongues of fire. Ain't wanna preach to us, now the preaching coming from the choir. Y'all too corporate, tell me how does a preacher retire? I see y'all done bought the lies and y'all receipt expired. From the Holy Spirit, I don't never want no peace and quiet. The sheep hear the word of the most majestic, wonderful counselor, blessed voice of the shepherd. Meanwhile, all of the goats are disconnected, lawless, trading the promise of the blessed for a death wish.
All right. Shalom, 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 y'all. Shalom. It's Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat. And we have a great show for you today. As you can see by the title of the show, Black women are disproportionately single. There we go. I pronounced it right that time. But we're gonna come at this thing. We're gonna hit this thing head on. And don't think there's gonna be some biased show or unbiased or whatever, and we just going in on black women or something like that. No, y'all, we doing like we do. We coming straight down the middle. And this isn't any clever, good sounding word salad that you're gonna be getting out of this. You're gonna just be getting straight truth with no baking soda on it, no cut. It's just gonna be straight down the middle with proof of concept. And we're gonna be really hit this thing from the correct perspective, because man, what compelled me to do this show is just I've been out here and watching some of this stuff out here and seeing the condition of the dating scene out there is brutal. And when I say it's brutal, it's for y'all scattered people, the nation of Israel, that's in bondage right now. This thing is a disaster for black men and black women. It's like they are literally at war. You know, it's bad. And one of the things that I was gonna this video is gonna be titled something different. And I'll be doing a show soon that is gonna hit this head on. But some of the things that you can look at out there is, what's going on now for the men. They have red pill and passport brothers. So red pill is just, in a nutshell, just kind of dogging women out, just taking advantage of them for what you can. And then, hey, keep it moving, no commitment. And then the passport brothers are men getting a passport and going to other nations and, getting women over there to have a more traditional mindset. So a lot of these men are going over to, not Korea, I forget where it is over there and all that. But when you look at this from a righteous perspective, when you look at this from a biblical perspective, and when I say biblical perspective, I ain't talking about these wicked ass Christian churches. I ain't talking about Catholicism or Baptists or Pentecost and all these other crazy ass Christianity and all that crap out there, to which they go completely, totally against anything that's in the word. I'm talking about looking at the state and the condition of black male and female relationships from a biblical perspective. It's like you have a bird's eye view and you see exactly what's going on. It's obvious. You see exactly what's going on. And you have people out here, um, they literally doing the work. You know, it says they have taken crafty counsel to cut us off from being a people. Okay? They have taken crafty counsel to cut us off from being a people. So you go out there, you look at on the men's side, or I won't even say men, on the male side, you look at people like Alpha Male Strategy. I mean, just continuing the destruction of our nation, of us being a people. And then you look at the logical uh, response to that from the female side. Princella, same thing. I was watching one of her videos. She's dealing with a lot of damage, and we're gonna unpack all that, okay? Because these people are deceived, and unbeknownst to them, they're doing a lot of destruction, a lot, okay? Um, but as you see, the title of this show is that black women are disproportionately single. And I will tell you this, you know, the word says, and a lot of these people, they don't believe in the word. They, like I was listening to this video from this lady Princella. She said, well, she don't believe in the Bible because it oppresses women and this, that, and the other. And she's saying all this stuff. And she touts herself like her education, and she's quoting all these, well, this poll says this, so this means this, and she's getting all this data that she's trying to make fit her narrative of hurt, okay? But she ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the reality. It's you know, the reality is, just like the word says, just like you can observe, the woman is a weaker vessel. Okay? So the at the end of the day, the issue, the problem is always gonna be with, drum roll, because y'all think I'm getting ready to say the woman. No, with the man. Because a man is called to stand firm and to protect. And if you look at the condition of relationships in the black community, they're a disaster because at the foundational level of it, the men have failed. Okay, and you know, I am in. I have I am well qualified to speak on this because for those of you who might not know my story, you know, all the way up until the age of 26, about 26 years old, I was a soft simp man who I thought you treat all women like perfect princesses and this, that, and the other. And they would like you and love you. You know what I'm saying? And it couldn't have been further from the truth. When a man doesn't act like a man, it turns women off. So then I went on a journey and I studied a lot of this stuff that eventually turned into this thing they call red pill and all this other stuff. But I studied a lot of that and I learned more about, you know, what women are attracted to. But that again, that's over on the other end of the spectrum, because now I'm a it was like giving a toddler a fully loaded machine gun. Oh, so this is how you attract women, and now you're out here and you manipulating women and getting what you want from them. And that's where things are at right now out here in the so-called dating community. Dudes is watching all this stuff, running all this game on these women, and women, it might be a good woman, meet up, mess with some dude that's leading her on, and she get hurt, and then she get now she's bitter towards men to a certain extent, and then she turns around, runs into a good dude, but she been hurt, so now she gonna try to manipulate that dude, and use him and break his heart, and then he get his feelings hurt, and he's damaged, and then he go out, he learns this stuff and of how to game women and his red pill stuff, and it's literally like a vicious cycle down the drain. Um, it's at the end of the day, I promise it's at the end of the day, Satan's at the center of it. Satan been trying to destroy the family of Israel. It said they have taken crafty counsel to cut you off from being a nation. You know what I'm saying? So it's a vicious cycle, and these people are just lost because they can't see out of that. On top of that, because of what they have seen in so-called religion or in the so-called church, they automatically toss the Bible out because they think Christianity, when I say what the Bible says, immediately what pops into these people's head is, oh, Christianity. Oh no, that's but that's where the answer is at. That's where the solution's at. And I'm telling you, it is so bad out there now. You know, the only way to have a fruitful marriage that's going to work is literally to be around real Israel. When I say real Israel, I'm talking about straightway. I'm going to go right through what I'm saying because I'm not, you know what I'm saying? You used to be able to kind of go out there and feel people out, but now it's just too dangerous, you know? And, you know, people are going out here, getting into relationships, and this thing is like, you know, they're going out here getting in all these relationships, and this thing is like, it's like, people going out here giving their hearts to people and all that, and getting all attached to people emotionally and getting their hearts stomped out. And like this one lady, Princella, she had been in 4 abusive relationships, and the only the common denominator she tried to pull out of it was it's the men. But of course, she removed herself out of because that's the common denominator in all those situations is her. What's going on? Why the questions aren't being asked? Why are you attracting these types of men? You know, that's one of the things that need to be looked at. But I'm gonna tell you, man, when you go out here and you look around out here, it's not good out here. Like the church literally follows society. Whatever society's going along with, the church is close behind them. So you're not going to get any answers there. These relationship people out here these social media so-called relationship experts out here, they can't tell you nothing. They ain't got no clue. The best thing they could tell you is just protect yourself and take advantage of them if you can. Like that. And literally, among black folks, man, the men and women are literally at war. And especially this next generation coming up, it's brutal, and it's just this divide where they're like, yeah, don't the black men are like, yeah, I ain't messing with no black woman, and I'm going overseas, or I'm gonna just take advantage of them, get what I want, and keep it moving. You know, this, that, and the other. People are shying away from family. They don't get it. And this goes back to, it says that's these other nations, they have taken crafty counsel to cut us off from being a people. You listen to everybody talk, and they really don't understand the point of getting married. They just don't see it. And it's like they have been so brainwashed and indoctrinated into this Greco-Roman beast system and into serving it that they literally can't even begin to think outside of that. So, and like I said, y'all see, I'm gonna be kind of bouncing around and hitting all types of stuff as I go to really break this down, because there is a lot of dimensions to this topic. But if you look, everybody's got some concept and stuff. Like, I was listening to this lady, Princella, listening to her talk, and she like, I'm educated and they not on my level and they can't, and she taking all this pride in the education that her enemy gave her. And she touting all these stats and numbers, and it's like, yo, sister, you're chopping trees down and you're very effective, but you're in the wrong forest. You don't get it. These people, alpha male strategies, and this lady Princella, they are literally like, we're on a basketball team. Okay, we're the New Jersey Nets, or they probably the New York Nets now, whatever. I don't watch sports, but anyway, we're the New Jersey Nets. Okay, we're playing against the Lakers, and the Lakers have convinced these two that they can do layups on either basket on the basketball court. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. You could score on either basket. If you want to shoot the ball on our goal and give us some points, you could do that. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. This is literally how these people are, because one of the crafty counsels that they have seeked out to cut us off from being a people is to completely erase the concept of being a nation out of our mind. That's one of the things they've done. They've completely erased that out of our mind, that we can be a nation, or what a nation even is. Even though all these people who sit here and teach all this stuff and push all this division and forget about men and all this and alpha male strategies, take advantage of women, don't let it. Look, I'll read some of the stuff he be talking about on here. Where is this dude at? Got it here. I got it here somewhere. Let me see. Might not be able. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Never give them money. Don't give them no attention. It literally you literally are going to treat this woman like an enemy, okay? And vice versa with the Princella thing. Same thing. You literally, and when the reality is we need to be figuring out how to bring this thing together. But again, this woman Princella, she been damaged so bad. I think she's been damaged beyond repair. Like, she feels some type of way towards men. Of course, that's going to push them towards lesbianism, and you throw all that in there, and it's a mess. It is, things are not good. Like, and one of the things I was going to go into is, like, I used to, on this show, teach men how to discern and identify a good sister, but it's beyond that now. We have to function as a nation. The way we do it here in real Israel, here in Straitway, the way we do it here is Ain't nobody just running around dating blindly. You don't know who the hell this person is and all this stuff like that. The way we do it here is if there's a sister you want to talk to, you find out who her head is. And her head is either going to be her father or whatever assembly or community she's a part of, whoever the head of that community is. And you go to him and inquire. Hey, I was interested, this, that, and the other. And you know what he's going to do? He's going to inquire of your head, whatever assembly you're a part of. He's going to inquire about you and what type of individual you are. Okay? And I can't tell you the number of times where, you know, where I've heard you see some sister and you're like, yeah, I'm all in. And then you go, you know, you're interested and you thinking, and you go inquire. Oh yeah, they messy. They a mess. You would have never known. You see what I'm saying? But this is getting back to the ancient ways. Okay? This is what it's about. Getting back to what works. But again, a lot of these people, it's like you got the hand fighting against the head and the head fighting against the knee. And it's like, yo, we one body. We have to work together. When you got examples all around, you see these other nations, they are not behaving and functioning like this. These other nations ain't practicing red pill and this, that, and the other. Maybe small portions of them, but by and large, these other nations have their culture, okay, that they've had for years and years, you know, and they're operating according to that. And every time the man's the head, woman's will help me, and they work together for the greater good to build a nation so that they're not in want of everything from these other nations. But check this out. What these people teach, what Priscilla teaches, and what Alpha Male Strategy teaches is Priscilla basically teaches, look, cut the men off, which you can't blame her for saying that because it's like, it's so dangerous out there. And these women are getting, they getting taken advantage of out there, real talk. And they ain't got no answers. These women don't know what the hell to do if they're not in the word and a part of an assembly like this. These women have no idea what to do out here. The best thing they could do is just protect themselves from the hurt. So she basically tells them, don't focus on no man, focus on getting your mind right, this, that, and the other, and making money. And then the other dude, Alpha Male Strategy, he sits there and tells the men, or I wouldn't even say he said, the whole red pill strategy as a whole is basically make money and get in shape, basically, in a nutshell. But what you see in both of them is they're pushing you to serve Babylon. Get out there, make money, and do this. Get out there, make money, and do that. And they want to keep you divided and get you serving the nation that you're in captivity in. But you too stupid to know that you're in captivity, because these people are just going after the whatever doctrine or whatever that the enemy that they're in captivity to feeds them. And they're just going out, and you try to, they don't even want to hear nothing about the word. And it's sad because the church is so pathetic. Christianity is such a disaster, and their lack of understanding of anything in the word. Like what's in Christianity is totally, perfectly opposite what the word says. Perfectly opposes it. And it's stupid and it makes no sense. So naturally, some people who have, at least these people have half a brain, They're like, yo, that I ain't doing that. That's stupid. What they're saying in these churches and what Christians are saying, that's dumb. But I'm here to tell you, read that actual book, and you will see that's where the answers are at. And the the sad thing is, these people, what they're saying, they're self-centered, self-absorbed. They don't give a damn. They don't care about their people. They're selfish, evil people serving money. Okay? So they don't care. They don't care about you. They just, hey, I'm going to do me and that's it. And boom. And they say stuff like, these are wicked people. When you get in this word, it's telling you how to have life and how to have life more abundantly. We're going to get into it. We're going to get into a couple other things. But these people have no proof of concept about anything they're saying. There's no, it's nothing. The things they're saying are not sustainable. They're not. They are, the things that these people talk about are not sustainable. And it's only going to make things worse following what they say for the coming generations. You know what I'm saying? Whereas what we're doing here, being obedient to what the word says and bearing the fruit of such, we have proof of concept. All these people talk, a lot of these people talk about their education and all this philosophy crap and all this science and these statistics and all this crap. Well, what about the scientific method? Provable, observable, and repeatable. Because a lot of the stuff these folks are saying, yeah, it sounds good on paper, sounds good coming out your mouth, but show me the fruit coming forth from it. Besides, like alpha male strategy, besides him having a little bit of pleasure, getting a little bit of pleasure out of something, which gets old. But the word says, I came so you could have life and life more abundantly. That's what the Most High says. Okay? Running out here, taking advantage of people, you ain't gonna have life more abundantly. What you're gonna end up is miserable. And you're gonna end up trying to fake it. And like I watched that lady Princella, and she, like, you can look at her and you can hear and see and discern the hurt and the damage on her. And it's, and I feel for her in that manner. Like, I'm not mad at her or nothing like that. I get it. Like, some of these women been damaged because some of these men are dumb as hell. They're brutish. Like, they can't think. They have no empathy. A lot of them are dumb, like ain't thinking. They just out there to destroy people's lives unknowingly to them because they're brutish. Okay? When we need to get back to the ancient ways, get back to this book. Okay? All right. It says, let's see. So this woman, Princella, she be coming hard against men, this, that, and the other, and all the stuff she don't like, but she got a masculine spirit on her. She act like a man. She don't have a feminine spirit. So right there, that proves that you need a you need a man, and you need a woman. You need them both. She's in there saying, well, we don't need no man. All we need is ourselves, and we can congregate together. And she going through all this stuff. She's saying there's no proof of concept. It's not sustainable. And you're acting like a man. You're acting masculine in nature. Okay? All right. So let's see. So y'all keep hearing me talk about proof of concept, provable, observable, repeatable. Well, Michael Israel, what do y'all do? Well, here we're according to the word. Okay, the man is the head, the woman is the helpmeet. The word tells the man to dwell with the woman according to knowledge, honoring her as a weaker vessel. So understanding she's not a man. You need to have empathy towards her and everything like that. You can't just be a ogre dealing with her. You know what I'm saying? You're there to protect her and understand her, not treat her like you know, like in Superman where they do like kneel before Zod. I am your master and all that stuff like that. Like it ain't that. It's like it talks in the word, it talks about a body. Okay? And what do you do when your neck's stiff? Okay? If your neck's stiff, you like, oh, my neck hurt. You damn it, you damn stiff neck. Bam, bam. You start hitting your neck and talking shit to your neck. No, you take it easy. You nurture it. You know it'll get back where it needs to be. It's like all this stuff is basic and it's right in front of us. But again, a lot of men are brutish. They just don't get it. They have no empathy. You know, when you look all through the word, you see how the Most High dealt with Israel all through the book. It's a model of marriage. The word says that. So we get that. To where you have a woman and you have some empathy. But I'm telling you, a lot of men come out of being damaged, taken advantage of by women, and they just insecurely just stay, ain't gonna let her get, because there's a lack of understanding there. This is why, again, you need to be among a community, among elders, along brothers that get this, that have wisdom and knowledge in this area, and not these CIA agents here that are, continuing the COINTELPRO programming that happened in the past. COINTELPRO was the CIA seeking to undermine and basically destroy us as a people. Okay? And it's documented. Okay? But now we do it to ourselves. And they just perpetuate it and push it out there. Okay? Let's see. Again, a lot of our people can't see, they can't see the bondage that we're in. They don't see it. It's like, just like he said in the Matrix, it's odorless, tasteless, like this matrix that you're in, and you don't see where they're oppressing you. So, getting back to the proof of concept, to the answer, okay? The word tells us return to the ancient ways. It tells us to come out of her, my people. Partake not in any of her ways, or come out from among them. Be ye separate. And that's what we do. We live communally among ourselves. We practice Acts chapter 2. We have all things in common. And just to put my story out there, a lot of y'all know it, but just putting it out there is, initially, I was working. My wife was working. Sister Koya was working. Children were in the public fool system, getting indoctrinated by our enemies. And I came across Straitway. They showed me the biblical way to live. I got my wife off the job. We moved in communally with other brothers and sisters. We pulled our children out of the public fool system. All the sisters stay at home, tend to the family, spend time with their children, and do things that they desire to do, crocheting, knit things, and stay at peace. Stay in a peaceful environment. The brothers work together. We formed a business together, and we go out there, do what we need to do to bring the money in with the future objective of buying land here soon to live on land. And in a nutshell, what we are doing is basically step one in becoming a nation, taking back the means of production. We're not running to them for all of our food. We're beginning to grow it. Okay. We're not running to them for, again, we're not running to them for their fast food either. We eat healthy. The sisters cook meals at home. We're not running to them for their education. The children are educated at home. So they're not getting educated on how to be Transformers and Decepticons and Autobots and all that other stuff. Okay? We are taking back the means of production. We're not running to law enforcement and all that. We protect ourselves. We have weapons and we are well versed in them. You seen on the intro here, we train from the youngest to the oldest almost, once they get of the right age, but we train, and not just with pistols, with all types of weapons. Okay. So we don't run to them for our protection so they could come over the house and shoot us up, the officer Murtaugh and them. So in a myriad of ways, we are taking back the means of production, of doing for ourselves, of functioning like a nation. But again, black folks have no concept of what a nation is or what a team is. The only thing they can see is Babylon and their Babylon lifestyle. But they don't get it. We don't run to them for their marriage licenses, and we're not going to them to see how to be married and all that stuff like that. We're forming our own nation. One of the things Princella was complaining about a lot, like, oh, these men can't control themselves. They're horny all the time and all. And it's like, yo, you don't, it's like a hand. It's like the hand telling the foot, what's wrong with you, foot? Why are you so rigid and stiff? Why are your skin so hard? What's the problem with you? Well, I'm a foot. I'm designed to walk, to get you around. That's what I do. That's what I do. So why are you men so aggressive? This is our thing. So aggressive, so horny, this, that, and the other. We were designed to make a nation out of our balls. Okay? We got a nation in our balls. Okay? We weren't designed to sit there and twiddle our thumbs and play patty cake with a woman. That's not what we designed for. I'll be telling, we here in real Israel, in this nation, in Straitway, we do marriage the biblical way. We have multiple wives, whereas you might have 2 children. But if I have 2 children with 4 wives, do the math, that's 8 children. Okay? But what if I decide to have 5 children with each wife? You see what I'm saying? And you start doing the math, and it's like, oh, so 5 times, that's 20 children. Now listen to what I'm saying. Listen how I walk you through this. So let's say I have 20 children. Well, Michael, how are you going to take care of 20 children? This is why we have to take back the means of production. This is why we come out from among them. This is why we come together, gather ourselves together, selfless, have all things in common. When I say have all things in common, we combine our money, our resources, our living places, all that. These other nations do it. They'll come to this country, they'll a whole bunch of families shack up in one house, save up the money, start buying businesses year after year. 20 years later, something like that, they on a whole nother level that you couldn't even imagine. And the reason why you can't even imagine is because you still in the hood, fighting each other, fighting everything. divided, selfish, functioning in the curses. You people don't get it. You won't slow down. You won't even slow down and control your emotions a little bit to just listen through this thing. Listen through this video. Because I know this might come across some of these people out here that teach some of this mess. We have proof of concept here. We have multiple communities where this is happening. Businesses thriving, communities being built up. A new generation of children coming up that are better than the generation before it, than the adults that are raising them up. They're more righteous, more focused, got the right mindset on a higher level than the adults raising them up. You can't say that out in this world. Each generation in this world is worse and worse. Okay? So we have a proof of concept of the way we function. The sisters willingly submit to the men because they are righteous leaders. They're not manipulative dictators. Because again, that the sister Priscilla, she's up there. You read my book. I'm right here. The 51 types of men I've seen, and okay, but you ain't seen the 52nd one. There's a type of man. See, this is what a lot of these women don't realize, because there's a lot of there's good sisters out there, but by far there's majority. This is what I tell people: majority of men are bad news for a relationship or whatever. They wicked as shit. And the majority of women are bad news for relationships. They're wicked as shit across the board. Okay? But, you gotta, I'm telling you, man, because I forgot what I was getting ready to go into. But we gotta wake up, because what's being pushed out there is not sustainable. The Most High is going to compel those who have ears to hear and eyes to see. He's going to compel them to come back to him, because these people don't have answers. The stuff they're saying is not sustainable. And if we want to get into data and statistics but not according to my hurt and my pain and all that, but I'm talking about according to the scientific method, provable, observable, and repeatable. If we want to get into that, we can show you scientifically where women need to be with men and men need to be with women, and they need to be married. I mean, we could go through it, but we're proving it too. We have righteous, fruitful marriage here where we're at, that have been set up and ordained by heads, by coverings for brothers and sisters. And all this crazy stuff that these people are talking about, like this woman, she got beat on 4 different occasions by 4 different men. This alpha male strategy dude, he was like me at one point. He just wasn't successful with women. And then he figured it out, but his heart was dark. So he figured it out and just figured out how to manipulate women and take advantage of them, and just spreading hurt and pain. He don't think he is, but if he got in that word, he'd realize how he's just out there destroying his nation. But these people don't care, because they are citizens of Babylon. They don't care. And y'all know, any of y'all who followed me for any length of time, man, y'all know, man, I could go real deep on anything I'm bringing out here. But the word says our people perish for lack of knowledge. I'm telling you. All right, somebody said, Shalom, brother Israel. There are so many bisexual men out here. Unbelievable. It happened to me 30 years ago. I was young. Then I got out that relationship, and now it's common in this amongst this Gen X. Yeah. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's brutal out there. Y'all, man, the dating world is brutal out there. Look, you factor in, now I didn't even hit it, but let's hit it for real and talk about the obstacles out there. You factor in people like alpha male strategies, teaching men how to dog out women. Then you factor in people like Princella telling the women to run from the men. Then you factor in the Transformer Decepticon movement. Okay? Then you factor in STDs. And then what else you want to factor in there? You know what I'm saying? It's brutal out there. Then you factor in people who have no, like, people who just wearing their heart out there where, oh, they want to meet somebody and fall in love and all this stuff. They want to make an idol out of another person, whether it's a man or a woman. Dude, you got a recipe for destruction. And this explains, look, y'all know, I saw a lot of death due to relationships growing up. Saw a lot of suicides. I seen women lose their minds because dudes dogged them out, and they literally went crazy when the dude broke it off and he would toy them around. It's nothing nice out there. And I'm telling you, the answer, the solution is you got to come back to this word. You got to come back to Yah. You got to cling to him in this day and age. It's brutal out here. It's brutal. You got to cling to this word like your life depends on it, because your life depends on it. Y'all put a 100 up in there if that's making sense to y'all. Okay, y'all put a 100 up in there. All right, let's see. Yeah, and at the core of a lot of this is fear. Yeah, I see y'all putting them in there. But yeah, this is I just wanted to go into that a little. Y'all know I'm gonna definitely be teaching on this a lot more. Because it's critical, and I know what I was talking about. So anyway, yeah, this is important. Because a lot of these people, they got their reasons. Even the people, even the men in the red pill community, they don't even understand why they have a sex drive. They come up with all these stupid reasons. The reason you have a sex drive is because you were not designed to just have 2 or 3 children. You were designed to have 20, 24. I met a dude, he got 86 children and a whole bunch of wives. And a lot of people are like, well, why would you want to do that? Let's think this through. Because again, they have taken crafty counsel to cut you off from being a people, from being a nation. So if you do what I say, you come together, you get land, you're living on land. Y'all got a business. The sisters are raising and educating the children. You figure by the time those children begin to turn around, 10, 11, 12, by then they are assets. You literally, in about 10 years, you pretty much, as far as having to do stuff on the land and in your house, you pretty much retired from that. You're just a director. As those children get older, you begin to educate them in the business, to run the business grows, the children are loyal to the business. Like, this is basic, y'all. But again, crafty counsel to cut us off from being a people. So here you are, you're a man at 20, you have by the time you're 30, you've had a whole bunch of children. Literally, by the time you're 40, you're retired. Your children have taken over the business and you are retired. This is Yah's way of doing things. But you're not going to be able to do this unless you be able to be obedient to Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments. You're not going to know how to raise your children. You're not going to know how to discipline your children unless you're being obedient to Yah's laws, statutes, and commandments. This thing is not complicated. But they got you running around here shooting your seed, and I can't even say it on here. Just wasting it. Why? Because they know. They know in one generation, black men and black women could raise up a whole nation out of nowhere. From they balls. Raise up a whole nation. You think I'm playing? Y'all put a 100 in there if your grandmother or something, they had like 8 children. 14 children. One woman, 14 children. Get them eating healthy. Now imagine if that man had 4 wives, 5 wives, having 10 children each or something like that. It'd be a nation in a generation. It's gonna happen. It's booked. This thing gonna go down. That's the kingdom. But again, it's only a remnant. But that's all it takes. See, one of the sisters just put in here. Look, I know we all got it. We all know. Look at it. They putting it. They know what I'm talking about. Look, check this out. This sister said, my biological mom had 13 of us. Okay? Look at this. My aunt had 19. What if that was 5 wives? 19 children. That's almost 100 children from one man. But again, we need women who are going to be submissive and obedient. You see what I'm saying? This thing, it ain't complicated. And I'm not even talking about having a woman have 19 or something like that. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even, look, and somebody doing it some even crazier numbers. You see what I'm saying? 60 plus grandchildren, 60 plus great grandchildren. Listen, y'all. Don't be stupid. These people know this. They studied us. The word says they have taken crafty counsel to cut you off from being a people. Wasn't this the same thing they said when we were in Egypt? Huh? Wasn't it? It's the same thing. This book is realer than anything out there, y'all. We got to stop being selfish, stubborn, stiff-necked, self-centered, self-absorbed people. Because this is the only solution and the only answer. There is nothing else. Alpha male strategies don't got no answer. He just teaching you how to pleasure yourself in women, and that's it. Nothing else. No fruit's going to come out of that. Princella ain't got no answers. She just angry. I ain't going to say she just angry. She's just trying to protect women and shelter them, but she really don't got a solution for them. She got women in a holding pattern. Yah's word has the answer. And we're living it out right here among real Israel in Straitway. I just ate, so got some indigestion. I'm good. Sister said, we're going to hit on this. She said, it's a blessing to have a lot of children, but they don't want us to see it that way. That they want to destroy our DNA. That's why birth control and all that exists. Yeah, that's another one I didn't put in there when I was saying all the obstacles out there. Abortion. They want these women aborting their seeds. Hey, sister here saying her mom had 13 children. Some of these women done aborted, done murdered 13 children. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta, for the people who have ears to hear and eyes to see, that see this video, y'all need to get around real Israel. It's not going down anywhere else. Everything else going on out there is bleak and hopeless. And these people are just agents of Satan, speaking lies and deception, and will have you in a worse place. Again, proof of concept. I'm telling you, we have here, we can, the number's right there. You can call that number and come see with your own eyes years of living this way and the fruit that comes forth from it. These people in these videos can't show you a goddamn thing. Only thing they can show you is they teeth when they talking all that bull crap to you. And they'll have you miserable, resentful, and hopeless. So, yeah, that's what it is. Really got to understand when they say children are a blessing, people are, oh yeah, they're a blessing because they're cute and but no, they are a blessing. You don't need a retirement. You don't need no 401k. You don't need no Social Security. You don't need no old folks home. You don't need none of that stuff. All you need is Israel and a righteous brothers and sisters being raised up. That's what you need. You need this book. That woman is valuable. That Ashaya, that wife is valuable. That man is valuable. He's an asset. And what they're teaching you to do is just devalue each other and prevent you from ever coming together. They don't want you to ever come together. They don't. So prayerfully, I'm going to keep pushing this message hard. You know, I know pastors pushing it and everybody, all the other leadership in Straitway, they pushing this thing. We're going to get it. I was talking to Pastor the other day, and I was just telling him, yeah, once the Most High get me situated, because like I said, we getting ready to buy land here soon. Once I get situated and everything established, y'all, we gonna punch into this social media hard and aggressively to be a beacon of light in darkness. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, y'all, that's why I wanted to come on here and say, you know, we're gonna be getting after this thing. You know, we're gonna be bringing this out a lot more. This ain't the end. But this is, man, this stuff has to be brought out. Okay. Let me look through here, see if y'all got any questions. Nope. I think y'all 100 on what we talking about. Okay. Yep. So, yep. But yeah, that's what it is, y'all. I'm telling you. That is the truth, okay? And let me see. Intro. Yep, but yeah, I just wanted to come on and bring that out to y'all. I'm gonna press on with my day. I got stuff. I took an hour out of the day because this stuff I knew I had to bring it out. I just couldn't sit quiet on it. But anyway, y'all, I want y'all to definitely hit the like button, subscribe. If you got any questions, put them in the comments, because you know with this live stream, I know y'all putting stuff in the chat. Put something in the comments too. And get the word out. Share this. Make sure you share this. Put this in front of those people that are talking this type of stuff. You know me, I'll bring them on here. But let me check something real quick. Okay. Let me see if y'all got any other questions. I see somebody put something. Nope, y'all good to go. All right. So anyway, y'all, with that said, I appreciate all y'all tuning in. I'm Michael Israel. You watching Spiritual Combat, and shalom, shalom.
Turn that up.
Gotta learn how to bleed the blood of your whole body. Stay in the spirit, cause Satan could use you if you let him. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. He been on my line since a younger was a child. Had me shooting guns, popping pills, smoking loud. I'm the main event, but I was following the crowd. Wish I would've known what I know right now. Mama ain't raping like this. Had her yelling in the house like, where in the hell we go wrong? Mama and them curses couldn't leave us alone. We made an oath to the one on the throne. Them angels was with us, was never alone. Mercy and grace coming straight from the throne. When this was missing, I made it back home. I would never had to give me a loan. He had to open my eyes, I had to put down my pride. Boy, I'm so lit, I'm alive. We gon' follow the Messiah. We gon' follow the Messiah. Messiah, I'm a lit. Abad, Messiah, Messiah. I'm a lit. Yahweh by Simba Messiah. Ooh. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. You cannot win, I see your trickery. We at the end, ain't none of that get to me. Confessing my sin, I'm watching my enemy. Scripts in my head, it hit me like Kennedy. I know the devil is trying to get rid of me. Walking the spirit, so that mean I'm killing me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me. Get it behind me, I don't want you feeling me.
Hallelujah. Blessed and highly favored. I love myself as well as my neighbor. Enjoy peace and love, yet I'm nothing to play with. Y'all running with the latest, what I believe is sacred. Our Father in heaven gave us eyes to see, to make distinctions between the psyops and the prophecies. I'm from a place where they downplay your atrocities, give you milk and cheese and never pay the proper fees. My brother's trying to calm the beast by copping pleas, but the only place the beast want the sheep is in his teeth. Father, forgive them for they know not what they do, but don't mistake, that's for the sheep who fell away, that's not for you. A wolf knows he ain't in the dark about his plans. He coming for the flock, he want that blood on his hands. Wants your throat not to breathe. In the lake of fire, he wants you to go beneath. Praying on you until your flesh, he wants you to sow a seed. Deferred hope maketh the heart sick. Yeah, Satan love it when you deceive. Disparaging remarks about our heritage and false narrative that said there's no merit to what we read, man. That gaslight like a flashlight. I was born at night, but it wasn't last night. Y'all need to get that bag right. Wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. One hell of a ticket, pun intended. Don't you say I cussed. We've been through enough, 400 plus. Our time is up. Take off these cuffs. I've been in repentance for this lust. Not with the porn, but I can swipe up an image and feel disgust. What? They think I'm tripping cause I want more for myself. So that even in my thoughts I'm not whoring myself, yeah. Luring myself away from righteousness with my desire. My right hand mislead me, cut it off like Michael Myers. Life is easy, it's just complicated by these liars. Truth is confiscated, to get it you need the God of Zion. They confuse the sheep with disbelief and self-reliance. Took the Father's name off creation and blamed the science. Hebrews never boarded but still became compliant. Mission aborted, some of us refuse to slay this giant. That talking head should be severed off and dead. Bring us Pentecost instead, let's start speaking with tongues of fire. Ain't wanna preach to us, now the preaching coming from the choir. Y'all too corporate, tell me how does a preacher retire? I see y'all done bought the lies and y'all receipt expired. From the Holy Spirit, I don't never want no peace and quiet. The sheep hear the word of the most majestic, wonderful counselor, blessed voice of the shepherd. Meanwhile, all of the goats are disconnected, lawless, trading the promise of the blessed for a death wish.